Hi Pisces, welcome. So Pisces, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. When I was meditating on the collective energy, I got two very different messages. So there could be a lot going on during this time frame. One of them was like this, like almost under pressure type of energy, like the song that they gave me was Metallica, Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire, Give Me That Which I Desire. Ooh, yeah. Don't mind my terrible singing of it. But, and then on the other side of that, I got the song Love is in the Air, which I also got in the Capricorn reading. So if you're dealing with a Capricorn or connected to a Capricorn, or have that in your chart, check out that reading as well. So like, what a stark difference, right? One energy seems a little bit like frustrating almost, but intense, let's say that. And I'm also getting the word intimidating. But then on the other side of that, there's like this joyful, love is in the air type of energy. So, yeah, Pisces, you might be, you know, like looking forward to something, but also kind of fearing something at the same time, you know. It's almost like, and I'm going to equate this to like a real life story in my own life. It's like, you know, when you have a really exciting trip planned and you can't wait to go on it, but then all you really worry about is like the time leading up to it, like packing your clothes and getting on the plane on time, and like the stress that's involved with travel. So that's just an example of how this could play out in real life. But it's like that sense of like excitement, you know, of something, but then also like the stress around it or like the worry around it perpetuating the energy, right? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had a quick distraction. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of like that, Pisces, as I get all of these cards out. So let's go ahead and get into it and see where this is headed. You have Scorpio and Mars energy as well as the Ascendant. Woo, that's intense right there. Okay, some of you could be dealing with Scorpio or Aries, or have placements like that. So this is intense energy. It can be intensely emotional in a good way or in a bad way. It's all in how you decide to channel it, Pisces. But Mars usually packs a punch. So lots of action-oriented energy, maybe things that you need to do, things that you need to tend to. It's like the storm before the rainbow type of thing. Because on the heels of that is the Ascendant, which is about your expression of yourself and the attitude you choose, and it's all in how you handle it is what I'm hearing, Pisces. So yeah, it's all in how you choose to perceive the situation. And actually what I'm feeling is like that's all that matters, or like that's what matters the most, how you choose to perceive any given situation or whatever it is that you're dealing with right now. Like let's go back to the example I had of taking a trip, right? You could either get bogged down in the details of what you need to do to get to your destination, or you can just focus on the excitement of how it will feel when you arrive and stay there in that focus. And then the things leading up to it don't feel so stressful because you looking forward to it outweighs the stress of it. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, you get to focus in any way that you want, but whatever it is that you focus on just grows in the environment. So FYI, if you focus too much on the what has to be done and the stress, you'll continue to grow that tension and grow that stress because law of attraction expands, right? And like I said, if you choose to focus instead on like the joy it's going to bring you and the destination, then that joy will expand, right? So you decide. And again, I just want to say that I'm not saying that all of you are taking a trip, right? That's just an example. Although some of you might be, right? Like you can apply that to any situation in your life if you want. So let's see about what's going on in the headspace, Pisces, and then we're going to look at what's going on in the emotional space, and then what's going on in the spiritual picture. And all of a sudden I feel like this rush of energy coming in, like I have to be somewhere, like there's something I have to do, and it's weird, right? Like you could feel that as well, like should I be doing something right now? Or like, feeling like you need to be somewhere that you're not, that type of energy coming in. So you have the Page of Pentacles here and the Seven of Wands. And the Queen of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. So Pisces, when it comes to your headspace, right? Like, again, there's an opportunity here, but it's all in how you handle it. If some of you, it's almost like, I don't want to say you're pushing away your own joy, but some of you are, like, maybe there's something being presented to you, and because of the way that you're thinking about it, you're like actually energetically pushing it away or putting some sort of wall up. Some of you, especially if things feel very emotional, may want to go into introversion mode or to put your walls up, to be a little standoffish maybe. You might actually be coming off a little standoffish during this time frame. But I feel like it's coming from a place of like a protective measure here, Pisces. It's interesting. Especially if somebody is coming to you like looking for answers or like looking for something. I just for some reason feel your approach being like very standoffish. I don't know where I'm getting that from. But I feel like it's coming from a place of like, you may be feeling like you need more emotional support, okay? Because things got very serious here all of a sudden. Like the energy totally dipped. It went from like super intense, yes, but kind of keeping it high vibrational to going down like energetically into this more serious emotional space. So let's go deeper and see. But isn't that funny though? Because I got those two songs that were vastly different at the beginning of the reading. So some of you, it's like you either have two vastly different situations you're dealing with, or you feel from moment to moment vastly different than you felt before. You know, like that eager anticipation turning into like dread and stress, or that dread and stress turning into eager anticipation. You know, and like that back and forth energy here, Pisces. Wow. And you know what? The moon is kind of, well, I don't know when I'll post this, but the day that I'm recording this, the moon is making a transit, I believe, through Scorpio tonight, which could feel very intense, especially with Libra being present, Libra energy being present astrologically speaking as well. So it could feel intense in relationships, especially if you're on the lower end of the scale. So let's see, where are you emotionally? The High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Moon. Wow. Think of the contrast between the Star and the Moon. Aquarian energy here for some of you. So, wow, Pisces, holy cow. So on an emotional level, this is deep, right? This is like, whatever you have going on, it is deeply meaningful, deeply spiritual, deeply in alignment as well with you. And it's intense. It's just like, wow. I'm not even sure how to describe this energy. Some of you have something coming to fruition that on an emotional level you have deeply wished for, and maybe seeing some action around that during this time frame, and feeling intuitively led, right, or drawn to the right answer, to the right person, to the right place, to the right time. You are definitely being divinely guided during this time frame, which you always are, but you just might be more in tune and more aware of it. So even though, you know, I get this standoffish type of vibe, right, in the way that you're thinking or behaving, on an emotional level underneath that, I feel the opposite of that. Very deep emotion. So there's that contrast again, right? Some of you, it's like a head and heart thing that you have going on, you know, where your head is saying one thing. Maybe your head is thinking about all of the stressors or the things that could go wrong, but your heart is like totally invested, you know, or totally pulling you in one direction. It's like the heart can be very, very convincing. And honestly, you have emotions for a reason, right? So it's like, feel this out, Pisces. Let your emotions be your guide. Don't overthink things so much. You feel how you feel for a reason, right? And I honestly feel like you're being intuitively led through your emotions right now. So the message is pretty clear that whatever action you take during this time frame, make sure it's an action that's coming from your heart, right? Sometimes it is good to use our head and our logic and whatever, but during this time frame, it's like, listen to your heart, listen to your emotions. What is it telling you? You know, because sometimes your mind will play tricks on you, but your heart always knows what's up. You know, like your emotions always know what it is that you're really wanting, and to let that be your guide and not wall up or get defensive or push away, but instead to honor those emotions, Pisces, as they come in, and let them help you make the best decision for yourself. So let's see the bigger spiritual picture. The Four of Swords and the Page of Cups. All of a sudden my stomach is rumbling. I'm so hungry. The Sun and the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Wow. Oh, I love this. Okay, definitely check out Capricorn's reading if you have Capricorn in your chart, because that was a beautiful reading as well. But like I said, I have a few other zodiac signs here as well, and I'll go over those in a minute. But there's this sense of like finding peace, finding balance, being open, receptive, you know, to new connections, to connecting, to being connected, connecting with your happiness, connecting with the things that are meaningful to you. Some of you connecting with a child or children, you know, and it's like feeling accomplished. Dang it, this is good. And if you're not in this emotional space right now, then that just means you're not honoring your intuition at the moment. However, I feel like as we go through June, this is where the Pisces energy is headed. So you'll find your way there, right? It's like there's some sort of accomplishment here, and it's on a spiritual level and an emotional level. And it has to deal with you being more in tune when it comes to that, and being more okay with how you feel, and also how you express how you feel, and not being so standoffish or shying away from that, Pisces, but rather embracing that and just allowing yourself to be happy, you know, and getting into this peaceful space of wanting to be more open with your heart and more open with others, possibly. And because of that, also, you could be drawing in people that want to be open to you, to give to you, you know, that want to connect with you during this time frame, if you'll allow it. So I feel like you have a choice. Some of you, you do have your wall up a little bit. So you might come off a little standoffish or just say thanks but no thanks to certain people. But for the most part, I feel like you get to choose, right? On the other hand, some of you might want to heal things or want to be open to that. It just kind of depends on, you know, where you want to focus at, okay? So the encouragement, again, is to focus on the destination or like the higher vibration. But you can pick, right? You can choose. Either way, there's some sort of opportunity here to really get in tune, you know, and really do some spiritual and emotional healing. There's happiness coming through here as well. And yet at the same time, a little bit of standoffishness. I don't know why I keep getting that word, but I just keep getting that word. But yes, what a great accomplishment. Now, some of you don't feel accomplished, but you are. So that message is coming through as well. Some of you don't even realize how much you've accomplished. When is the last time you gave yourself any credit, Pisces? This is a good time to give yourself credit because, again, it's all about your perspective and your outlook. And that includes how you see self and how much you validate yourself. So just keep that in mind, right? But I definitely feel things getting more intense and speeding up here. So let's see what the law of attraction has to say for my Pisces. It says, others' opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. You did not intend to use the opinion of others to measure against your beliefs, desires, or actions in order to determine the appropriateness of them. Instead, you knew and still remembered long after you were born. Sorry about that again, Pisces. I don't know what's going on with all the distractions, but let me read the card again from the beginning real quick. It says, you did not intend to use the opinion of others to measure against your beliefs, desires, or actions in order to determine the appropriateness of them. Instead, you knew and still remembered long after you were born that it was the relationship between the opinion or knowledge of the source within you and your current thoughts in any moment that would offer you perfect guidance in the form of your emotional guidance system. Isn't that funny? Here I'm talking about the emotion of something and following that. And then you get the law of attraction about your emotional guidance system. So some of you, the head and heart, you know, back and forth that I felt in the reading is because you're giving too much thought to how other people might perceive something, or if other people would find it appropriate. It's easy for us to do this, to get lost in the perception of others, when in reality, your emotions are already letting you know what the most appropriate action is and how you truly feel, and to follow that because it is guiding you, Pisces. So, wow, very interesting reading. I'm going to wrap it there. So, zodiac signs you might be dealing with or have in your own birth chart. I have Scorpio, Scorpio, Aries, Cancer energy here, Pisces, Aquarius, Leo. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do go live there as well and have videos over there. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.